you get to this stage, and then now you send the files to do 2 different mills. Am I correct? You're going to mill the substructure, and then you're going to mill the multiple zirconia teeth, right?
Yeah. So we use a software here that we use Hyperdent. There's a few other ones. That's one I really enjoy working with. But so we'll send the teeth to one software version of it, right? So we'll open a Hyperview window, and we'll nest the crowns in there, right? And we'll make sure, because the pucks have a certain translucency as you go up. So if we nested it in the middle of the puck, it would be very opaque, no translucency.
Really?
Right? So yeah, and teeth naturally, if you were to look at it, have that translucency on the edges. There's lobes, there's dentin that kind of breaks it apart, and then on the edges there's a little bit of show through. So to mimic that, we nest it higher in the puck so we get that translucency. So we'll mill that, and that probably takes, for this example, for just an upper, it takes about 3 hours to mill, and that's just milling all of the teeth at one time. And then from there, the bar, for one bar, it's about 3 hours also. Okay. So if you were doing upper and lower, it'd be 6 hour mill for both, so 12 hours total of milling time.
Okay.
But yeah, once it mills, from there we take it to the finishers. They do a little bit of contouring on it, and then they center it for about 12 hours overnight at 1600 degrees Celsius. And it doesn't go in and it's just straight 1600. It builds up over time. The importance is the hold time, the build up and the hold time, and then the decline. If you cool it off too quick, it'd probably break. Like if we took it out and put it on a cold counter, it'd probably break for sure. And then from there, they do a lot of fitting, they do the cementing, and then they start staining glaze, which you saw today with Andres, and then he starts doing the tissue, and then after that, it's just refining a few things and delivering it, and then the end of the journey,
So then Andres said that it would take probably through the end of today, possibly into tomorrow, to have a finished set.
It's we kind of, in our lab system, every case is going to take the same amount of time. Now yours is just an upper arch, so it's a lot quicker obviously than upper and lower. But we also have other cases too that we're also working on at the same time. So we usually say about 3 days to finish something like this, and that's cutting it out, that's centering it, that's fitting it to the structure, and then cementing it, and then staining glaze. But you would staining glaze first before cementing, because you obviously can't fire this peak bar. It would not be pretty. But yeah, about 3 days. But yours will probably be done. They had it yesterday, and then obviously we kind of left some stuff unfinished so we could film it. So it'll probably be done end of day, probably early tomorrow. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, right on time to the due date.
Yeah.